Okay, so what I want to talk about is some of the psychology behind this robot and why it works so well. So I guess it's the saying you need to remember. There's two sayings, I guess. It's these two, okay? Whoever educates the market owns the market. That's number one. And number two, sell the problem you solve, not the service you offer. Makes sense? And I'm going to talk about each of these two things and why it works and how it fits in with the automated robot. And we're going to do it with some post-it notes. Okay? So let me just draw these up and we'll do it in fast fashion so we can cut straight through to the meat and potatoes. So, whoever educates the market owns the market. Why is that? Well, one reason is that when you are the educator, you tend to attract people. People are attracted to people who can answer questions and solve things. The other thing is, I should actually put it on this one, but you go from being, the reason it repels is because you're a salesperson. The reason it attracts is because you're an educator. I could also put down here, expert, because experts teach, don't they? So experts teach. So that's one of the reasons. Now, it's more than that though. So no, it's not more than that. That's it. But the question is then how? How? And the answer is we've got to stop trying to sell our service and say, hey, I am an architect, because that is kind of, I am an architect, hire me. If I said that, then that's really doing that. But as soon as we start to sell problems that we solve, so what are some of the problems that people have when they're considering, renovating or creating a space? Well, one problem they might have is how much is it going to cost, right? That's a common question. Another one is how long? So that's a clock there. How long will it take? Another one is what's the process? These are the type of questions that are problems for your clients. So when we start doing that, once again, we become the educator. So what's the tool we use to sell the problem? What's the tool that we use? Well, you know what it is. It's the monkey's fist, right? That's how we solve the problem. We come in with our education, which turns us into an educator. We start educating the market rather than selling things. We get seen as an expert because we're educating the market. And all of a sudden, our status goes up. And if I was to draw another one here of, the power. This is another session, but I'll do it really quickly. And it's another pyramid. Power. At the bottom, you have salespeople. In the middle, you have sort of specialists. Then you have experts. And then you have sort of authority figures at the top. Well, by doing what we're talking here, by being an educator, you tend to move up away from salespeople to being someone at the top of the power pyramid. There's the power pyramid, okay? But there's another pyramid I want to talk about now, which is this one here. And this is the final reason why this works so well. Find a clean page. Okay, there's 3 different levels here. And this is buyers, right? This is the stages people go through when they're looking to hire an architect. So firstly, what do you think they're going to do at the bottom? There's lots of these people down here. These people are information gathering. Okay? Lots of those people. Once they've gathered enough information, they then go to a stage where, okay, I know roughly what I want because I've gathered all the information over 12 months or whatever. I now need specific feedback. Okay, so I need some sort of diagnosis on my specific space. How much, ballpark, how long will it take, what will happen, all that type of stuff. And then finally, I'm ready to hire an architect, right? But there's only a small number of people who are ready to hire an architect, really small particularly compared to this one here. And obviously there's more. So most architects are competing here, right? And so by doing what we're doing with this robot, everything else, we are competing here. We are going deeper into the pyramid to where all the bulk is. Now, obviously, if we can get people here or here, we can graduate them from here to here and here to here. Now, don't forget, there's a lot of competition. If you just come in at the end, then you're in competition with a lot of other architects coming in here. But if we get in early and we get the reputation of being someone who provides educational resources and pre-design advice, Okay, so educational resources here, pre-design advice here, then we come in before they go to hire an architect. We can make money in here, of course, remember? So what do? In the middle section, it's the LCC, the low cost consultation. Well, we might charge $750 to maybe $1,500. The most is $12,000 that someone's ever charged for this phase here. Monkey's Fist is free, so this is Monkey's Fist in here. That's pretty cool. And then obviously you've got your design services. Okay, so ties back exactly to what we're saying on the previous page, that you want to be, this whole robot gets people in here. We can actually set it up so it gets people in here and then escalates them through to here. Okay, so those are the phases buyers go through, and we need to make sure our sales process is in line with that. Not just that, right? We've got far more chance of picking people up because we've got 3 ways to get them in the door, and then we can graduate them up. If you're just going one, you're always going to be in competition. So, does that make sense? Okay, here is how people buy. Here's how we need to be selling. We need all these steps. Different people get on the bus at different stages. That's not it. That's not it. That's it there, okay? So in summary, whoever educates the market owns the market, because you become the educator, the expert, right? And people have a perception, if you're an expert, remember, you're higher up the pyramid. Whoever educates the market. How do we do that? We sell problems. We sell the problems we solve, not the services you offer. So our Monkey's Fist gets them in the door, and it teaches them things like, how much does it cost, how long will it take, what's the process, all that type of stuff, and anything specific that relates to your specific target niche information. All right, makes sense? Sell the problems you solve. So what you've got to do in this process is work out what are the specific problems that your ideal clients have. Let's face it back on me for a minute. What are the specific problems that your ideal clients have that you can solve? And that's how you create a Monkey's Fist.